Greetings, everyone. Today, we're going to be looking at the mole concept. It's a very important topic in chemistry, and it's very peculiar in every other topic that you would find in chemistry. So, we're going to start by looking at some definitions. The first is the definition of the mole. The mole is the amount of substance that contains the same number of elementary particles, atoms, ion molecules, as there are carbon atoms in exactly 12 grams of carbon-12 isotope. The formula of the mole is the given mass over the molar mass. That's the formula to calculate the mole. Yes, but that's what it means. The amount of substance that contains that contains the same number of elementary particles as there are carbon atoms in exactly 12 grams of carbon-12 isotope. The formula to calculate the mole is given mass over molar mass. The next definition that we're going to look at is the definition of the relative atomic mass. That's the RAM. So this is the number of times that the average mass of one atom of an element is heavier than 1/12 the mass of carbon-12 isotope. The definition we're going to look at is the definition of the relative molecular mass. The number of times the average mass of one molecule of a compound is heavier than 1/12 the mass of carbon-12 isotope. Yes, that's what the relative molecular mass is, the RMM. Now, practically, if you're given a compound, for example, sodium hydroxide, and you're asked to calculate the relative molecular mass of sodium hydroxide, practically what you do is you sum up all the relative atomic masses of all the individual atoms. We're going to look at it a little bit. I want you to get a picture of what I'm trying to explain. The relative molecular mass of a compound, for example, sodium hydroxide, you get the relative atomic mass of sodium plus the relative atomic mass of oxygen plus the relative atomic mass of hydrogen, because those are the atoms that form sodium hydroxide, and the sum of that will give you the relative molecular mass. We're going to look at more examples shortly. The next definition we're going to look at is the definition of the Avogadro's constant. Yes, this is the number of atoms in exactly 12 grams of carbon-12 isotope. It's a constant, and the value of the constant is 6.02 times 10 to the 23. This value of the Avogadro's constant will help us in so many calculations in chemistry, so you must take note of that. 6.02 times 10 to the 23. So we're going to be using mole, the relative atomic mass, the relative molecular mass, and the Avogadro's constant in some examples shortly.